Everyone, it's Rich with my wife Kel.
Morning.
It is the morning.
At least where we are.
How'd you like last night's little set list? So it was a little bit of an assault with the growl and the scream, or the growl and the gream, and took Kel and stretched her ability to listen and went back in time to when the first monstrous vocals were done, and much to the chagrin of a lot of people, doesn't matter to me, I was bringing her through the first actual timestamp of the death growl. Do you know what that was? It was The Who in 1966 with Boris the Spider. So it wasn't for the song Boris the Spider, you silly folks that have been harshing on me. It was, if you watch the freaking video, you'd know what. So anyway, so we're going to continue with a bit of a theme, and we're going to be posting a calendar on our first newsletter in a couple weeks when we build up the website. If you haven't been to the website, it's www.knr.wtf. Go there and put your requests in. Just put one song, one request at a time. Don't repeat that same song, but you can do multiple requests, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, if we see a duplicate, we'll just delete it.
Prog Rock.
Mm.
So, remember the song Neverland?
Yes, I do.
Marillion?
Loved it.
No, we didn't do the Fish era yet. Just chill, you guys. God, you'd think that this really mattered. Enjoy the experience. I'm just messing with you. Medication. Relax. Look what we get to do. It doesn't matter, Fish or Steve Hogarth. Does it? Really? Neo-progressive rock, also known as neo-prog, is a subgenre of progressive rock which developed in the UK and achieved popularity in the 1980s. Several bands from the genre have continued to record and tour, which is definitely true. We're talking 40 years. So stylistic origins: progressive rock, hard rock, punk rock, and funk. Cultural origins, again, early 80s England. Typical instruments: guitar and keyboards. So the artists that are known for neo-prog, and this I had to do a little research because I didn't know a lot of these. Arena, Arc, Big Wreck, Cyan, Enchant, Final Conflict, Fish, Frost, etc., Glass Hammer, Marillion, Palaz or Palace, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Pendragon, of course, Saga, Spock's Beard, we're going to do them later, and Twelfth Night. Now, I did not know that Twelfth Night is really stamped with being the first neo-prog rock to emerge. And I did a bit of research. Unfortunately, the creator, I can't remember his name right now. Give me one sec because I'm going to just click on that. Twelfth Night was Jeff Mann. Jeff Mann was really you're going to hear his voice on this song, on Love Song. And you're going to notice that his voice is reminiscent of some of the early Genesis songs, right? And it's reminiscent of a lot of the kind of the fancy fair British kind of, very clever lyrics. Not so much Phil Collins, but definitely Peter Gabriel. And the original Marillion lead, Fish, really, that it all sprung from kind of that sound of early Genesis, right? So Twelfth Night is much like that. And unfortunately, Jeff Mann passed away in 1993, I think. I was researching this yesterday. So let's get to this, okay?
Hey,
that's all excited. I want to say. We'll learn more about neo-prog. It's not a favorite title that's given to these bands and these artists because they're kind of like, neo means recreated, right? From, and I'm like, no, this is my original stuff. But I think they can accept the fact that they are using stuff from the past and bringing it forward to be kind of recreated and new.
Okay, great. Thanks for being here, everybody.
All right, here we go.
It's nice to be back at it.
So let's get their album cover up. This is from Fact and Fiction, which is really labeled as, from a lot of people, it's arguably the first neo-prog rock album. So this is Jeff Mann on the lead, and this is a song called Love Song. I chose to do the original versus live, even though I love the live version. Here Here we go. Here we go. Wait. Okay. Technical difficulty. There we go.
Everybody has wisdom. Everyone understands. Food when we are hungry.
This is the last song of the album.
Touch of loving hands. No one is anyone's property.
That's them raising the
No
volume,
one
not me.
should be a slave. The joining of hearts in free will begins a tidal wave. Don't hold back. Don't think that hope is pointless. Love is a, love is a, love is a, love is an open door. Don't believe that life is closed against us. Love is a, love is a, love is a, love is an open door. And it doesn't make any difference the color of anyone's skin. We need the rejection of prejudice. Let's peace come flooding in. Jealousy is just a parasite. Hatred is disease. Respect for human dignity becomes skittering wind-blown leaves. Don't hold back. Don't think that hope is pointless. Love is a, love is a, love is a, love is an open door. Don't believe that life is closed against us. Love is a, love is a, love is a, love is an open door.
Did you catch the last line? Take a note from the carpenter, forgive and love again. That's why I picked this song, and the obvious, amazing vibe and melody based on what we were doing last night, which was a little harsher and a little darker, and I wanted to bring that to start the day for you. And I didn't receive that band as a request. A lot of what I'm doing here, guys, and a lot of what I'm doing here is giving you that second childhood that you said you wanted. And to discover songs like this, which I discovered yesterday, I said, that's what I want to play for my honey. So, you're welcome. So there you go.
Thank you. What a beautiful gift.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice. And a lot of the album is, it's a lot of synthesizer and it's a lot of kind of fun. I call it kind of frolicking, but you can really tell the punk influence. Even there's an artist that you don't know at this point, I don't think, but his name is Bob Geldorf, and he was the lead singer. I don't know if they're still touring or whatever, but the Boomtown Rats, and it's like that's that sound that I identify with, and I don't know that Bob and his bands and what he's done is considered neo. I'm not as well versed as I will be, but I'm really into this sound. I'm really into the British sound. I'm really into that kind of, fun, kind of Floydian kind of stuff. Pink Floyd, that is. What'd you think?
Well, as I have discussed before, when I was a musician, I took it really seriously, and I didn't actually enjoy my time as a musician. I was at work. Like, that was my job. I had to be on time for concerts, and I took exams really seriously, and it was a very, it was a lot of work. And so I've played in orchestras and played beautiful pieces of music, and I've never felt anything except my fingers moving or my sound moving. Oh, thank you. Or the sound moving out of my mouth as I was singing in choirs. So when I hear music now with all of you, there's different pieces of me physiologically that come to life, and I get ripples of shivers, and when I hear the strings and they're incorporated and I hear those big, beautiful sounds, I'm listening very intently to the lyrics that I can understand, because I can't always understand what the artists are saying, especially if they have a British accent. I can't always decipher that in music, and I think it's because I just haven't listened to enough of it yet. So when I can listen and hear and understand the lyrics make a huge impression on me, and they affect me. Because I know that if I was writing a song, I would be delivering a message to anybody that was listening. When I write poetry for you, he is my muse. I have written poetry my whole life. I have never had more lightning bolts of poetic inspiration than when I met you. And when I write poetry for you, it is a flash. It hits me like a lightning bolt, and in 7 minutes or less, the poem is complete. And these are not small works. You've seen me when we've been on subways and buses and...
Yeah, she's like, turn around. She uses my back. She's like...
It's never happened before. I've never had a muse. As an artist, I have always wished for a muse. And I find that as I'm here on the channel with all of you, different pieces of me are coming to life in my brain, in my cerebellum. And when I was listening to this band, I felt that it was very moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I listened to the first quarter of it and I went, great. And I saw there was a live version. And the live version is just like, you can tell he just loved this song and he loved what he was doing. And he eventually became actually a preacher, and he eventually was an educator, and then he passed away. But so he's bringing some heavy themes.
And some of the themes that we talk about on this channel are heavy themes. And it's because they need talking about, because they need facing. And as we've been discussing last night, I'm deeply stirred by humanity. So this is the voice of humanity for me.
Yeah. I just couldn't, when I read the lyrics,
Oh my God, they're brilliant.
take a note from the Carpenter, forgive and live again.
Wow.
Fuck.
Wow.
I mean, and then to finish the album, and I just went, oh my God, I got to do a first reaction to these songs. And I just listened to little bits of it so I can just see why it was neo-prog. Well, not proto, but I guess I guess it would be, the first.
I believe a lot of the times, for my
Arguably.
opinion, what I believe is that the artist's lyrics, scream, growl, this, rush, yes, pick a band, it doesn't Peter Steele, they're giving voice to what our inner souls can't express.
Mm-hmm.
And they're putting words together. And I felt like with the lyrics, he gave words to what my soul wants.
Mm-hmm.
My soul wants humanity to be okay.
Yeah.
I want there to be universal love and acceptance, even though we're different. I don't want terrible things to happen to my fellow humans.
From what I read, he wrote that he was actually asked to write something to kind of balance the themes of the album.
Wow.
And that's how he finished it. And I'm just
Wow.
like, damn. And this is not a well-known band.
It was beautiful. I loved it. I loved them.
Like literally
I can't wait to hear more.
Less than 1,000 listens to, downloads from Spotify. I'm just using Spotify.
If any of you know this band and have been like, wow, yeah, I've been listening to them from the beginning, let us know. Go to the request engine on the website and pop some tunes in for us to research and look for.
1,250 downloads. Like that's, in Spotify it says less than 1,000. Like that means, I mean, wow. Creepshow is another song that I was reading about that needs to be listened to from this album. And 2018, it was remastered, revisited. And I guess maybe neo-prog is now making a little comeback, or never left. So anyway, let's get out of here and do more music. If you have
anything to share, we'd love to hear from you, both either comment or request engine or
go to the
whatever.
website, send us an email, whatever you'd like to do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh.
It was speaking to my soul.
I'm glad, baby.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Later.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye. Today's Neo-Prog Day and Prog Day.